So how do you take over a quarter century of high-stakes leadership and boil it down into a playbook for success? Well, that's what we're doing today. We are deconstructing a remarkable 26-year career in global human resources to uncover the essential strategies for leading in the modern business world. Let's dive in.
And this isn't just about a long career. We're talking about a journey that spans continents, from the Asia-Pacific region to the Middle East and Africa, and navigates literally everything from massive multinational corporations to government-linked companies, and even those nimble little startups.
You know, it's one thing to have a title, but it's a whole other thing to actually architect transformations, manage massive crises, and build a culture that lasts. So, what's the secret? What are the repeatable strategies behind this level of impact? That's exactly what we're here to unpack. All right, so we've broken down this career into a 5-part playbook. We'll start with the mindset of a new kind of leader, then look at some high-stakes transformations, building for global scale, architecting culture, and finally, what it really means to be future-ready. First up, we need to understand a fundamental shift in leadership. It's all about moving beyond that old-school view of HR as a purely administrative function and becoming a true architect of the business. So, the crucial point is this. Modern strategic leadership isn't about just managing personnel files. It's about being a strategic partner at the highest level, making sure that every single people-related decision, from hiring to culture, is directly driving the company's long-term goals. It's about seeing the people as the real engine of the business. And this strategic mindset really gets put to the test in our second chapter, Mastering Major Transformations. Any long career is going to be defined by how a leader navigates these inevitable, high-stakes moments of change. The sheer scale of this challenge is wow. Imagine being told you have to manage the divestment of a massive quarry. It's a move that's going to impact 40% of your entire workforce. And oh yeah, you have to negotiate with 2 in-house unions. The potential for things to go wrong is absolutely enormous. So how do you handle it? Not with chaos, but with a clear, methodical playbook. First, total transparency and communication. Then, you actively find alternatives for people. You don't just show them the door. This was followed by comprehensive severance packages and, crucially, upskilling employees to give them a real future. This is strategy in action. 400. That's not just a number on a spreadsheet, it's 400 careers, 400 families. Applying that 4-step playbook required a massive logistical and, probably more importantly, an emotional undertaking. And the result of that strategic, people-focused approach? Zero. Not a single claim filed against the company. This is what it looks like to masterfully handle people risk and turn a potentially devastating situation into a respectful, smooth transition. And this same skill applies to mergers and acquisitions. You start with the chaos you see on the left. Multiple companies, clashing cultures, different everything. The goal is to get to the right, a single, unified culture with standardized policies and efficient workflows. This playbook shows how to harmonize across 9 countries in just 6 months. Leading through a crisis is one thing, but what about building systems that prevent crises in the first place? That brings us to our third section, creating the robust, efficient architecture needed for global scale. Here's a classic growing pain for any global company. You have a service desk, but no one really owns it. Cases pile up, communication is poor, and it takes over 5 days to get a simple resolution. This isn't just inefficient, it's a huge drag on the entire business. Just look at this transformation. By establishing clear ownership, standard operating procedures or SOPs, and service-level agreements, the results are immediate and dramatic. Resolution time for minor cases is nearly cut in half. And major cases? They're solved in just 24 hours. That is the power of building excellent systems. This leads us right into our 4th chapter, because great systems and processes are nothing without the right people and culture driving them. This is all about the human side of strategy. This quote really gets to the heart of the philosophy. True leadership isn't just about hitting quarterly targets. It's about a deeper purpose, empowering your teams and building something of lasting value. When your people feel that, they deliver extraordinary results. And this isn't just some feel-good idea. It has tangible business outcomes. When you put people at the heart of the business, you see things like employee satisfaction and the company's Net Promoter Score, basically how likely people are to recommend your company, go way up. Your brand as an employer gets stronger, you secure the future with succession plans, and you build a more resilient workforce. All right, finally,
Let's look ahead. A great leader doesn't just master the present, they are constantly scanning the horizon. This is the future-ready mindset.
This slide really shows the evolution. The past was about manual processes and compliance. The future, which this leader was already driving towards, is about leveraging technology, like AI, to automate all that administrative stuff. This frees up human talent to focus on what really matters: strategy, employee experience, and data-driven decisions.
And a truly future-ready mindset means your impact isn't just confined to the walls of your own company. It's about shaping the entire industry by advising forums, collaborating with colleges, and most importantly, mentoring the next generation of leaders. It's about elevating the whole profession.
So, after deconstructing this 26-year playbook of strategic leadership, the final question isn't just about what one person achieved. It's a challenge to all of us. Looking at these principles of strategy, resilience, and purpose, what impact will you choose to create in your own journey?